Sun is shining, the weather is sweet.
Dreadlocks are an ancient, multicultural, and resonant form of self-expression that can embody religious, spiritual, political, cultural, social, philosophical, and/or personal meaning. It is impossible to pinpoint a single origin for dreadlocks, since it has been practiced worldwide for thousands of years. In this video, we will look at dreadlocks in ancient Europe, or you might say locks. Hey you perfect soul, I am Sophia Cham, PhD and author. My passion is esoteric wisdom and spiritual self-leadership. At my channel, you can find more information about my latest book, Spiritual Social Activism, which you can buy at Amazon. Follow to not miss my 2 coming books, where I describe how you can awaken and strengthen your dormant abilities. With new parapsychic abilities, intelligences, cognitive abilities and mental processes you can only imagine. You have divine potential within you, just waiting to be used. Frescoes from the Minoan civilization in Crete depict thick, twisted or matted hair, resembling locked styles, as early as from 2500 before Common Era. One example is a famous fresco found at Akrotiri, dating to around 1700 before Common Era, which depicts 2 young boxers with long, braided or matted hairstyles. In ancient Greece, some Spartan warriors also wore their hair in locks or braided hair as a symbol of power. Greek texts also mention priests and philosophers like the Pythagoreans, who wore long, uncombed hair as a symbol of purity and withdrawal from material life. In later Roman times, people with matted hair were mostly ascetics or prophets, which then symbolized holiness and rebellion. In medieval Europe, around 1800 Common Era, folklore and pictorial sources describe matted or twisted hair with marginalized persons, which were sometimes called elflocks. This ties to Celtic and Germanic tribes, as well as Vikings. A Roman reference often attributed to Julius Caesar described some Celts as having hair like snakes, which is thought to refer to matted thick locks. Roman writers also described Celtic warriors as wearing hair that was lime washed into thick, spiked locks. Celtic druids and seers were said to let their hair grow freely as part of their connection to nature and the unseen world, symbolizing warrior power, natural alignment, and shamanic energy. Norse warriors, the Vikings, considered hair to be a significant and highly esteemed part of the body, where art and text describe Vikings with matted or braided hair that formed locks. In Norse folklore, wild hair was associated with battle fury or spiritual ecstasy, since it could produce berserker trance. The importance of hair is found in a passage of Skaldskaparmal in the Icelandic Edda, where the giant Loki cuts off the long golden hair of Sif, wife of the god of thunder, Thor. This atrocity made Thor furious, and to make amends, Loki had to give Sif a new head of hair of pure gold, which would grow on her head like natural hair. In the Old Norse poem Rikstula, attention is paid to both the style and the color of the hair, which symbolize different social classes. An Arabic traveler, Ibn Fadlan, joined with Vikings in the beginning of 920 Common Era, and he described some of the men with their braided or locked hair and with tattoos covering their whole bodies. The Viking Age iconographic material also show locked hair. Gold brackets, guldgubbar, and jewelry, medals, produced from the middle of the 5th century Common Era, depict head profiles of men with styled long hair, ending with a curl in the neck. A small piece of gold mounting from the sword of the Norwegian migration period graving Snartemo depict two men kneeling back to back with their hair coiled and linked together. Long and styled hair was also important for the Viking women, usually styled as a long ponytail coiled into a knot close to the head. The last example in Europe is actually as late as 19th century, with the Hasidic Jews that lived in Eastern Europe and sometimes maintained not only untrimmed and uncombed peyotes, side curls, but sometimes also grew naturally locked hair due to spiritual ideals of humility and biblical rule of not cutting the corners of the hair. This hair could, if not combed, turn into a single rope-like strand, most commonly with the Satmar group, with peyot tucked behind their ears that could become thick strands, and the Breslov group, with sometimes natural and wild-looking peyotes. So I wonder, how would lime-washed European style end up in thick locks? Does anyone have a recipe for lime-washed? Let me know in the comments. And don't miss next video, the last one, where we will look closer at both South Asia and indigenous tribes in the Americas. One love. Stay blessed. Follow and like.